Believe it or not, New Ronin's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, and the world we see. Deleted scenes, where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews, to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews, to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win.
All right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American YouTuber Ronin. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of the Mystery Movie Night Podcast. Already in the chat, FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim. This week's mystery movie special bulletin from 1983. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that one. Yes, and I would like to thank the Sledgehammer guy for nuking my hometown, you bastard. All right, you Sarn G. Welcome to the show, sir. All right. Faithful Blue Wrench channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her channel, Fluff Chick Productions. Connie Cleary. All right. Friend of the channel, Andrea Black. All right. Well, have a couple of cohorts backstage getting ready to review this evening's film. You know her, you love her. The reason why I know you are all really here, the most violent woman on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, Sin's Corner.
I got my staple puller now, so behave yourself. Behave. I'm going to start living up to this reputation you've been painting of me.
One of the nicest people on YouTube. A man that I have unfortunately dragged into this maelstrom. Corey from Milky's Movies and Music.
Well, I appreciate that introduction. I cannot confirm that I'm the nicest person on YouTube, but I'm not the worst. We'll go with that. How about that for tonight? But thanks for having me on again. And you did not drag me into anything. This has been fun, getting to know you all, hang out, do these things, and catch up with everybody that's jumping in the chat. Always a fun group that comes in here.
For sure.
All right. Well, here's the thing.
Oh, sorry.
Chibi.
That was Tifa.
That's all right. You might hear mine before too long, too.
Right on.
Sorry. Go ahead. Carry on. Carry on. Deleted.
Well, there is a Reddit group connected to the Mystery Movie Nights, and they have a pretty. They've got the in. I guess they guessed this right.
There's an insider. Time. There's an insider.
Pretty sure, yeah, that's right.
There's a mole.
There's definitely an insider. He's known as the insider.
So
I can't remember his username, but I think it starts with a Q or something. But yeah, he's an insider.
Okay, so I don't look at the Reddit site anymore because
I actually don't either.
I like to be surprised, and I'm usually either correct or have a 50-50 chance at it.
Sin had me scared this week, though.
Yes,
about what?
Because
about what movie it might have been.
It was going to be a
Kiss of the Spider Woman? Oh my gosh, I was really like, I think I would have fumed the entire time if it had been that. Not that I was super looking forward to this one, but I just really
more
didn't
than
want
the
it to
other.
be the other one. Oh my gosh.
All right, so for those who don't know, yes, they have remade Kiss of the Spider Woman. And this was a film from the 80s with William Hurt, where he got his Oscar, Raul Julia, and Sonia Braga. It was nominated for a number of Oscars, Best Director, Best Picture. It was a very popular film that year, 85, 86, something like that. I did not see it at the time, obviously, because the subject matter I wouldn't have been allowed. But anyway, long story short, it was remade into a Broadway musical, and now they have made a film version of the musical, as they do, because originality is no longer a thing in Hollywood. So
wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, pretty much. So there we go.
I'm so glad it wasn't. I'm so glad it wasn't. I did not want to look at her face for as long as she was going to be on. I sincerely dislike this woman, as you guys know. Yeah.
I've gotten a little bit of a hint. I'm pretty slow, but
just a skosh.
Just a little tiny bit.
Yeah. I vaguely remember seeing the original. I don't remember much about it, just that Raul Julia was in it. And it wasn't anything that really had a huge impact on me. Like, I didn't care about it one way or the other. I might feel differently if I rewatched it, but I definitely don't want to see this one. Nope.
William Hurt wasn't until the end of the world too. Yeah. Wim Wenders movie, if I remember correct. Yeah. Interesting film. Good U2 soundtrack there. Connie says she saw it at the time. All right. So, like I said, we had a 50-50 chance at it. And it was either going to be Kiss of the Spider-Woman or the film that it turned out to be. And the film it turned out to be was Derek Cianfrance's Roofman, with Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, Lakeith Stanfield, Juno Temple, and Peter Dinklage.
And also, what's his face? Who was the preacher guy? Oh my gosh!
Oh, Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah, Ben Mendelsohn. I'm surprised his
he shows up in this as well.
Name isn't on here.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black. She's in here as well.
I've never seen that.
I haven't either.
One of those movies where everybody's kind of a familiar face. And all right, so it is the apparently true story of
yes, indeed,
an individual by the name of Jeffrey Manchester, who robbed 45 McDonald's in 1 year, and entering via the roof, hence the name Roofman, which the cops give to him. He is eventually arrested. He is convicted. He's given 45 years in prison. I'm not giving anything away. This is all like first 5 minutes. And he escapes from prison and winds up hiding out in a Toys R Us.
in Charlotte, North Carolina.
In Charlotte, North Carolina. And we are off and running from there.
So you kind of know what time period we have to be around if there's a Toys R Us that's actively
not only a Toys R Us, but a Blockbuster video.
That's right.
They did show a Blockbuster.
Yes, they did.
Pay phones.
Yep.
Yeah. Because those were still a thing back then.
Yeah. So no cell phones.
Or limited access.
Very limited amount of cell phones.
Yeah.
There
are video games, but not every kid is playing them. And you can actually get money for them at pawn shops, which becomes a thing.
And apparently they don't question when you bring
in so many brand new ones
week after week.
Yeah.
Like, how is he getting away with it? Hello to Tune the News. Good to see you. Logical Spark. Good to see you too, sir. Tim says 58th Academy Awards. Best Actor looks interesting. Yeah, back when it was actually interesting. Yes. One blockbuster left in the country in Bend, Oregon. That's a shame. Hello to Scottish Geek Guy.
Hey, Jimmy.
Right on.
So I don't remember anything about this true story.
I don't either.
So I looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And found out, like what the backstory was and what ended up happening to the character. So I was prepared. They do add a little bit of dramatic stuff that goes on at the end, like the way things went down at the end was not how it really happened, But one thing that I really liked about this film, I like this film. I liked it. I didn't hate it at all. I was agitated with the character because he was an idiot. Continuing to make really retarded decisions, like, dude, enough with the guns and trying to rob people, you idiot, But he was a likable guy. That's the thing.
That's the thing. Yeah.
And I like at the end how they did all those news things and interviews with people that were
They showed the real
involved with
one,
him, the real people,
Yeah.
and how on the news reports the people were saying he was really nice. He wanted to make sure we were warm when he put us in the freezer.
And I'm not being mean, because I'm not saying I'm the most handsome man in the world, but if this guy got played by Channing Tatum, I hope if I ever have a movie made about me, I get somebody like him to. Because I was like, man, that was an upgrade for you, and it would be a huge upgrade for me too. So I'm not
almost
trashing
always
on
is
him.
an upgrade when they get someone to play a person in a real story. Not always.
Well, they got
most of the
Channing
time.
Tatum and Kristen Dunst both in there, so.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't have super strong emotions about this film. Like, I enjoyed it. I did not hate it. I was glad that I didn't hate it. Felt sorry for the guy. Felt especially annoyed with his wife for withholding the children from him.
Oh, the original.
That was so freaking ugly. I don't know how true that was. Obviously, I don't know if they were just playing that up, but it happens a lot. And I thought she was being very unreasonable with just not even wanting to let him talk to his own child, over the phone while he was in jail. I did not like that. I like that he would, it was really frustrating because he was a very smart person. Oh, hey, Kyle.
Kyle Corwith has joined us.
You are deigning to grace us with your presence.
Just got to crack the can right when he comes in.
But it's a shame that he didn't put his smarts and his abilities to better use. That what a waste of someone who was halfway decent and could do smart things, but he just had it in the wrong direction. I feel bad for him as an ex-serviceman because he said he just didn't know how to fit in, and I feel like this is probably a thing with a lot of servicemen.
I'm trying to catch up. Fill me in on a little bit what you guys have been talking about.
Oh, just kind of the very basic premise kind of going into it, but we haven't dug into too much.
How it's a true story. Yada, yada. Okay.
Yeah, and I was just kind of giving my overall thoughts.
And they probably added some dramatics to
They did
like
add
how
dramatic
it wrapped
flair
up at
to the end.
And,
I was telling the others that I enjoyed this film. I didn't hate it, and I was glad I didn't hate it.
So for people who don't know, and you probably don't, and maybe you haven't talked about it, so we have the mystery movie chat, but Sin was not about this movie. She dismissed it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I did
and
not.
I was excited to see it. Maybe excited is a little too far, but because Derek Ciafrance is the director who did Place Beyond the Pines, Blue Valentine, Place Beyond the Pines, I think is fucking great. But it is. That might be his best movie, I think, for me. Yeah.
I just wasn't looking for I definitely preferred this over the other possibility, which was Kiss of the Spider Woman.
Dear God, of
vehemently did not want to see that one. So I was like, well, I'd rather see Roofman, but I wasn't excited about it. Now, I didn't despise the experience. I'm not super in love with this. It's not probably anything I'll rewatch again, but I think it's worth watching. I liked it okay.
We'll get into some stuff later. But this movie frustrated me. I'll just say that right off the bat.
Come on.
No,
on, let's hear it.
let's dig through the movie, because I think as it progresses through, my frustration grows. So,
With his decisions,
and the way the movie's trying to lean towards how you should feel towards him too.
yes, the audience wanted him to get away.
Yeah, you do, but
They definitely make you feel for him.
His choices, opportunities he had in front of him, choices he made, and
Agreed.
the lean that they took towards the character, I became frustrated with it, maybe conflicted. I don't know, one of those two, or both.
It does leave you to be conflicted. I'll give you that, because I mean, he is guilty of everything he's being accused of, and he's just digging himself a deeper hole.
Well, that's where you get those stories where somebody finds himself at the wrong spot at the wrong time and gets wrapped up in. No, he sets the time, and he sets the.
He even says, "I had like my childhood was good. Like there's no real good explanation for why I ended up being the way that I did. But the closest he comes to it was after he got out of the service, he didn't know how to fit in. He didn't know where his place was in society." But he was smart enough. He was just he just wanted that instant gratification, that instant pleasing that he could give to other people in the form of gifts and everything. And he, it's a very serious offense to hold someone up with a gun. And then he really
or to lock somebody in a freezer.
And to lock somebody in a freezer. Now, he called the cops, whatever.
I understood, but still,
it's a serious
possibilities
thing.
that could happen.
At some point, he was probably going to end up killing somebody.
Well,
if he continued it.
Oh, he was getting there. I mean, the third act plays around with that a little bit.
Yep.
But so the people in the news in real life who were talking about him when they were being interviewed, they described him as being nice, or the nicest robber.
Yeah.
And at one point, I thought while I was watching the movie, an alternate title of this movie could have been Warm and Calculated.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, hi to Connie. She said hi to me. So I just
hi, Connie. Yeah.
Also,
but I will say too that there's some people in the reels of that too. I think it was probably some of the police, and whether you want to take their word or not, they're like, he knows what he's doing, and he's very manipulative, and he is a master at lying. And so part of me then looking back at it, I'm like, how much of what he was doing with that family and the kids, and like what was true and what wasn't true, and to play with their emotions.
He was trying to buy them in a way with those material possessions.
Yeah,
he was trying to get in their good graces because of that.
Yeah.
He did the same thing with his own kid and his wife.
Yeah.
But oh shoot, I was getting ready to say something and I went and forgot what it was.
And maybe that was a big frustrating thing too, where if he was that smart and could figure out things and was so observant, that it couldn't have been put to better use.
Exactly. That was my frustration with him as well. It was really annoying. And now, I knew what I was going to say. The cop. They show her at the end. I think that was the real cop. She looked like she was playing herself.
Oh.
The cop
or maybe they got somebody that was like a doppelganger.
That really looked exactly like her.
I think it just looked like her.
No, she looked like her twin. I swear to God. It's like, did she play her? I said to my movie buddy, did she play herself?
That was that one was spot on.
That was Molly. The actress is Molly Price, and I remember her from a show called Third Watch.
Okay. I mean, she looked familiar to me. And then I saw the cop.
As well. Yeah. So.
Hey, are you sure this wasn't the? I'm gonna have to look this up. Carry on while I do some sleuthing.
Okay.
I don't know. I think maybe that was part of my feeling conflicted with this, is they were playing him off as kind of down on his luck, like, woe is me, I'm just kind of falling into these problems, and I'm like, and then you kind of hear some of those true stories after, or the interviews and stuff, and it's like, no, so that's where you kind of balance out like what to believe, and how much of it was, he just was down on his luck and he was just trying to find some happiness, or he was playing things. And I didn't
the only extent to which I felt bad for him as far as his backstory was that, yes, it is true, a lot of servicemen, when they get out of the military, they don't really know how to reintegrate back into society. And it does seem to be a problem. Like feels like the military should try to help them a little. Just like if someone goes to prison and there's a chance that they're going to get out, they need to really work on trying to reform them and give them life skills that they can use so that they don't reoffend. But that was the extent that my sympathy went. Like, I was like, oh, this poor guy. No, it was frustrating watching him do some of the crap that he did. It was absolutely ridiculous. Even though he was a nice guy, whatever. Now look, the price he's paying for his actions. You know?
It's because it was an ongoing around 3-month
6
string.
months.
6 months, even longer.
That he was in the Toys R Us? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there for 6 months.
So he just did just a string of bad decisions.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was a string before that 6 months. It was a string
so
of
multiple
exactly,
strings.
and then he escaped, and then, yeah.
So it's hard to put your empathy towards this character. It's interesting. I would say that it's interesting to watch because it's so unusual. And I think that's why Derek Ciafrance made the film, and I'm quite surprised that he did, because it really isn't exactly the type of movie. It's almost like a comedy version, or tries to be a lighthearted version of Place Beyond the Pines. Ryan Gosling's character in that movie has a similar trajectory as this one.
Oh,
I've
never seen
I
that.
honestly think that's a great. Yeah, no, I'm right with you on that. And it's like, how can you take this like tragic story and the bad decisions they keep on doing to try to provide or do whatever, and then, but this one, let's make him a little more lovable and a little more comedic, and so I could definitely see that.
It's probably because I guess he felt like he could do that with this story because the guy's not super violent and bad and awful. You know, he wasn't out there killing people and beating up on them. And he was a nice guy, and he hung out at the Toys R Us and ate a bunch of M&Ms and stole games and stuff. And it's a little comedic. The situation is a little comedic. Now, obviously, in real life, probably not so much. But if you stop and think about it, yeah, it's funny to think about some guy hiding out at Toys R Us. A little creepy, though, too. Same time.
Okay, I got to look into more of the real story because I don't know much about it. But honestly, if you had some guy that just showed up out of nowhere bringing a bunch of toys to your church, like toy drive thing, and just said like, oh yeah, no, I work undercover for the government. I can't tell you where I live. And, it's undisclosed. And like, at what point would you
start to question?
A couple flags might go up where you might ask some questions.
Someone did eventually at the church.
Right. So but I don't know, I don't know enough about the real story to know how far off track the movie goes from what really happened. I guess what I'm trying to get at with that. But
it seems like some of the stuff that they got off track with was the event at the end. When he's headed for Charlotte Douglas, and then other things happen, and then what ended up going down at his girlfriend's apartment. That was completely fictionalized. I don't know if he really bought the car for the daughter, but he did hang out with her and her kids liked him.
Mm-hmm.
And he did. He was hanging out at the church enough that someone started to get a little suspicious of him at some point, because that, as they said in the little things at the end, it was one of the church members that turned him in.
But how hard is it to have a kid like you if you're stealing a bunch of like expensive toys and things to give to them? How heartwarming is that? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I get it. I understand your conflicted feelings because I felt similar. Liked him on a personality level, but was frustrated with him as a person. Because
I liked him more in the beginning of the movie, and it just started going downhill.
At the end. And the thing is, this film was legitimately funny in some, like the scene where Peter Dinklage catches him showering, and oh my gosh, a lot of people were laughing. And when he's climbing up to get back into his hidey hole, and he's butt naked, it's like, oh my gosh, if he swings his legs the wrong way, we're going to see a little bit too much of him. It was just like, please don't fall and hurt yourself while you're in that state of undress. Channing Tatum. It was kind of funny. It probably wasn't in real life. If that actually happened, it probably didn't seem funny at all.
Well, thankfully, Channing Tatum, he lost a little bit of weight because he's been heavy for a long period of time. So this movie gave him the opportunity. You know?
Yeah, he did. He wasn't as, but I don't believe that the dude would have been in that great of shape though with all the M&Ms he'd been eating.
That
Yeah.
was a couple funny. The pictures they showed, I was like, he looked a lot thinner than Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think he was quite as built as even him being thinned down there. But
Yeah, probably not.
and if he got 15 cavities in 6 months from M&Ms, I don't know. I think he had some started before that happened.
That would
Because
that
wasn't
wouldn't
that
be
the whole
fun.
thing
That
when he
would
went
be
into the
painful.
dentist? And
Yeah, well, they surely. I don't know if he really got that many, but he did go to a dentist because he did try. He did burn down the dentist's place
Right.
in real life.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of true elements to this. It's just the way they wove some of the story beats together was, dramatized.
So it's not necessarily a comedy, it's more drama. But it's like a lighthearted drama.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
More so than
A
that.
dramedy.
It is this poster we're looking at right now makes it seem like this is a Judd Apatow produced comedy, and it is not that. I don't even think that they should. You know what gives a great impression of that is because of the way that they make it a blank yellow background for him, and it's very playful with the teddy bear over his shoulder, etc. It should have been, something where they showcase that he's in the Toys R Us. That could have been the background that they have on the poster, while he's doing this. Less of the toys on him, but just maybe maybe on the poster, maybe he's sneaking, around while there's, the shoppers are going around. Some concept of that for the poster. They need to showcase that he's sneaky, Like they need to showcase that, or maybe something to do in relation to the Roofman title. Maybe his head's poking out from the ceiling while everyone is shopping underneath. This is very boring of a poster, and it's very nondescript or doesn't convey anything about the movie itself. Can anyone in the chat ascertain what this movie is about based off of this poster? I highly doubt it.
The only element you have is just the gun. He's up to some bad stuff at some point. That's all you get from the gun.
Yeah, he's going to hold up something. Yeah, I mean, that's it. But what? We don't know.
I know, right?
What? Is he going to the beach? Is he going to an amusement park? Is he going to... Where's he going? Because he's got a floaty on.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Is he going to a carnival? He's got the teddy bear over his shoulder. It could be anything. It's too ambiguous.
The Toys R Us in the background would have been a great way to kind of let you know a little bit more about it.
Yeah. Or he's in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like have him walking in the parking lot for this poster. It's these little things. They make a difference, So but one thing that it does well in terms of conveying the time period. One of the things they did was they shot on film. They wanted to make it look a little bit more grainy than being shot digitally, so I appreciate that. The cars are very appropriate to the time period, early 2000s, because this happened during 1999, 2000. So you got that.
Was it? I thought it was 2004 that he was at the Toys R Us.
My recollection is that it was in 2000, and they play around. The movie plays around with the timeline. Yeah, I don't know why, but I recall because I think both at the end credits because they show actual footage.
It was from 2004 to June of 2004 to January 2005 that he hid out in the Toys R Us.
For real?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how long he'd been in jail before that. I don't remember if they indicated.
Well, thank you for that. So they were able to convey that time period pretty well, and there really aren't any seams that indicate that it's, modern times. Little nitpicks, maybe, like I don't know how long Dillard's has been around, but it looked like a very modern Dillard's in the background of the church. when
pay
he's
attention to
talking
that
with
one.
when he's talking, Channing Tatum's talking to Kirsten Dunst, who, by the way, is very good in the film. Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not very. She doesn't have a lot of flattering shots, to be honest. I don't know how old she is. She's in her early 40s.
Something like that.
Don't remember, but I think so. Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
that's the look they're going for.
Yeah,
with
because
I know
she was
Derek
just like
Ciafrance
this
is
single
very
mom, yeah.
Derek Ciafrance does not do glamour shots for actors. We saw it in Blue Valentine. Michelle Williams looked very raw in that movie, etc. So that's just an observation that I had, and yeah,
Wasn't it
Kirsten
2
Dunst
hours?
is a mom too. So
She was
yeah.
born in 82, so she's in
she's
her,
still a kid.
She's still, yeah, yes, she is still just a baby, but she's in her she's 43.
Yeah, but there are moments and shots in the movie where actually she was cute, like when she's on stage at the church and singing with the choir. I saw some of that classic Kirsten Dunst beauty there, but then there's some shots, and this is a testament to how you shoot an actor is actually important. There's some shots where it just isn't flattering on her face. So there you go. But yeah.
And I think they were trying to drive home she was a single mom of 2 kids and working
Hardworking,
at
kinda
Toys R
ragged,
Us.
you
And,
know,
run ragged and had a rough run of things and just life happening. I think they did the kind of a similar thing in Civil War too, where they kind of gave her a bit of a look,
I've yet to see that film, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you see Warfare?
I just released a video. Funny you say that.
Oh, that's
just
right.
released a
That's
video
right,
with
because I
Chris,
saw you. That's right.
Chris Dunn and I, an actual veteran.
Yeah.
Audience,
Yeah,
go
I
and check
remember
that
you-
out. Yeah.
Yes, go watch that. I need to check that
Conversation with
out
him.
too. But just curious what you think about Civil War if you get around
I'll get
to
there.
watching it, how
I'll
it
get there.
compares.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, with Kirsten Dunst, the other thing I was going to mention is this weird little tidbit of she's confronted by one of her kids, I think, about why don't you just quit that job at Toys R Us, and she says, well, I like my job, or I love my job. And yet, every scene in which she's at her job, she looks like she freaking hates it.
Didn't seem like
What?
she did. Yeah.
I think that's a flaw in the script right there. A little nitpick on.
Didn't
on
the
that.
kid even say, like, you got an MBA? Like, what are you doing there?
Right.
I
Why are
thought
you
she threw
wasting-
something
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Like, she had an advanced degree.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing at being a, no offense
An
to that, but
associate at
Toys
sales
R Us
associate,
and
yeah.
like putting up with this jerk of a boss,
Right.
And
Yeah. That goes into deeper of an examination of, so that was the actual person in real life doing that. Let's take that she actually had an MBA. Why was she doing that job? Why is there something deeper there that they didn't have time to explore? Maybe.
Maybe it depends what her MBA was in. I mean, if it was something like women's studies,
Uh-oh.
you might have a little bit hard time finding an actual job for something like that.
And there's some women where they stay at a place that isn't really great because note that she was going to a church and she saw it as a point of, oh, I can like witness to people, and she does try to encourage her boss to come to her church.
Yeah.
So there's some instances in which people stick around in situations where they shouldn't because they want to be a good influence on people.
I'd agree with that part. And then also, if maybe they were just, that's where their roots were. Her kids were familiar with it. They would go to school there, and it had been too hard. Like maybe she could have got a way better job with her degree that she had, but they would have had to have moved away from that area. And she was, maybe the kids she felt already went through enough upheaval, whatever happened with the ex and she didn't want to cause more turmoil.
Do we know what happened with her ex?
No, just that he was a jerk.
Yeah.
And his name was Jeffrey.
Yeah.
His name is Jeff.
Why'd you say Martha?
No, you know that, right?
name.
From it's from that Channing Tatum movie. You remember the meme from the remake movie, blah blah blah, where they're undercover cops.
Oh, 21 Jump Street.
Oh,
21
that
Jump
one.
Street, and Channing Tatum does the. My name is Jeff.
Oh, I didn't remember. I've
No,
only
I
seen
didn't catch
movie
that.
once.
I automatically thought of Batman versus Superman. I was like,
I-
why'd you
Oh,
say
yeah,
that
the
name?
Martha.
Yeah, I caught that.
Why'd you say that name?
Why'd you say that name? Classic. Deleted
Yes, sir.
What did you think of this movie? I haven't heard a thing
I liked
about
it.
your take.
Actually, I was surprised. I knew a little bit about it, and once the movie got going, I went, okay, I remember this now. So I remembered a little bit about it. And yeah, I mean, it's frustrating watching him make these horrible decisions, but that's what the movie's about. It's about this guy who makes horrible decisions and crime doesn't pay. So it's like you are conflicted in that you do want to see him go. You do kind of want to see him get away up to a point, but if he had, there wouldn't be a movie. Yeah. So you know that there was going to be that pay the piper moment that was going to happen, and it happens pretty much the way I figured it was going to. But so that's kind of the one. That's kind of the one bit that to me didn't ring true. As I was like, "Oh, come on, you're not that stupid, are you?"
Oh, no. That was frustrating.
He's that stupid.
That seems like, you idiot. Then you deserve it.
No, and because it's like he's driving off and he's almost at the airport, and I'm like, "This is the third act of Heat."
That's exactly what I was going to say. I'm like, I thought of Heat. I thought of Heat. I was like, you got your plane ticket. Go.
Yes. This is the time where you leave everything 30 seconds flat when you feel the heat around the corner.
Mm-hmm. But then that's where I got frustrated though too. I was like, okay, just because he made that one little switch after he, armed robbery and beat a guy in the head, pistol whipped him and did all the other things, and he decided to turn around and buy some balloons and go back for Christmas. You're supposed to have like a bleeding heart for him too, that's where I was
stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I get the sense that the guy in real life, Jeffrey Manchester, was not as sincere as the movie makes him out to be.
He might not have been.
He might not have been. Yeah.
I don't buy it. I'm sorry. For someone to carry on that long, I think there was a facade and a con mentality going on there.
I agree. And I think that's where I was like talking about, like, as the movie went on, I got more frustrated with it and went further away from that. And then hearing the true accounts at the end, when you're hearing like, he's a born liar, like some people, who knows if that's true or not? I don't know enough about the real story, but that's where questions started coming into my mind. I'm like, okay, maybe he was an excellent con man and he was playing the game, and I don't know.
I just hoped that it was going to go two ways. I figured because of the main the filmmaker with Derek Ciafrance making this, that it was going to be more grounded. It probably wasn't going to end happily. But there was an alternate version where I thought, okay, there's a chance that this character, if it happened in real life or not, you could do a version in which he does the right thing, and he realizes that he needs to turn himself in. And he spends some time in prison, and then the movie could end with him getting out some years later. That's like the Hollywood version of how this movie could have gone.
Yeah.
That might have been another frustrating piece for me. If truly, I don't know the real story, but from that movie, if that's truly what he got 45 years in prison for right off the bat, if that's truly all he did, that frustrates me too, because there's people that do a lot worse and don't get years in prison,
Oh,
but
of course.
But
yeah.
Anyway, I don't know.
But
But still,
in a
you
circuit
can't.
city, by the way.
What's that?
He also lodged in a circuit city.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He hit all of maybe it's the curse of the ROOFMAN. All of them go bankrupt after you got Toys R Us. They were showing Blockbuster, Circuit City. But you also
I was
can't take
disappointed they didn't have a
too.
scene where he was hiding in Blockbuster or robbed it.
Oh, so
I wanted some Blockbuster imagery.
They did have the logo up.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Did. Yeah, we saw that. There was. So I'm looking at his Wikipedia, because he's got a Wikipedia page, this guy, and yes, the way it went down as far as how. So yes, she did call him back. She did call him to her home.
Yeah.
But that happened on January 5th. but they said
Not Christmas.
Not Christmas, but they said in the news stuff that they showed at the end that it was a church member that had turned him in and that he was caught leaving her place. So maybe like he did show up there and she just didn't answer the door like it showed in the film. Don't know. And he did give the kids a lot of stolen toys.
I bet.
He did.
Yeah.
Which they do bring up, and
Yeah.
which is true. I mean, everything he's giving to them, he either straight up stole, or the money he made off of things that he did steal.
And he was pawning
Yeah.
products from Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what the director was also leaning into a little bit too, is maybe the mindset of people, parents today, of what you truly need to give your kids. You know, is it the greatest latest and greatest, most expensive toys and gifts, or spend time with them and just be present with them? And
Yeah, because you do get this sense that he is kind of buying them off in a way with these gifts, but at the same time, it's almost like everybody in the movie is trying to do that. It's like everybody's got their little grift, so to speak, you know. And it's just, I looked at it as I am watching a movie full of flawed characters that make bad decisions. It's not just him. It's really kind of everybody.
well, and that's like
Anyone in the church?
Well,
I don't think from what they showed.
not from what they show. Not well. I mean, the only thing they really do wrong is that they kind of fall for this guy's rap.
Right. Immediately, he says that he's undercover and he works for the government. And oh, okay, great. Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe that's the way
Come
you
back
wish
to
you could
church.
be for people, is to be just accepting and trusting. You know, you wish you could do that. But you think he would learn from that though too? Because I think, Sin, you were leaning into that with his wife, or estranged wife, or whatever, you know, with his original kids, how she played things, and you know how he wasn't seeing them at all, and then he was like, oh, you know, like how much does it take to get the house and everything I need to have them? Oh, I guess it was robbing 45 McDonald's, you know?
Yeah.
And they have a house and cars in front, and all of a sudden they're home together and celebrating a birthday. Then that goes bad. It's just like, okay, if that one didn't work out, why are you going to try to repeat
Why do
the
you think you
exact
can
same
do that?
thing again?
It's like it was ingrained into him. Maybe he felt, I get the sense that he didn't feel like he was enough on his own for his kid. He had to, you know, because in the beginning he couldn't get her a bike. And he felt all bad about that, and he was kind of, you know, put down about that a little bit by his friend. And
it's too bad they didn't have Facebook Marketplace back then.
I know, right? Right?
Or Salvation Army. Oh.
There were Goodwills around.
Ah.
Yeah.
And that one little friend at the birthday party was like, well, can you make a bike out of that? I'm like, oh, that was a little rough with
Right?
the rector
Ouch.
set thing that he
Spicy.
gave. I was like, wow, cutting deep there, girl. That's all I had to say about that.
It's funny. I actually put a new bike seat on my bike today. So, bike related.
Nice.
Yeah, oiled my bike chain too. Did some maintenance.
You bike often?
I try. I definitely do. Yeah, I go to the gym. I'll bike to the gym too. You know.
Oh, okay. How
Combined
far away
workouts.
is that for you?
Probably a
64
10
miles.
10 minute, 5 to 10 minute bike ride.
yeah,
not
not
too
bad.
bad.
We're getting ready to put all of ours away. We got the snow coming and everything.
Well,
right.
I don't live anymore
Chilly.
in the upper Midwest.
You don't live in the Arctic anymore.
No,
you
I
I
bet
moved.
you
don't.
don't miss it at
south.
all, do you? I wouldn't.
Every damn day. I don't miss it.
You
I'm
know,
grateful
honestly,
when I step outside after we conclude this lovely stream. I'm going to sit outside, finish this cigar in the 70 to 80 degree weather I have right now.
actually, right now, what we have is really lovely for me. We're dropping.
It's
Wait,
a cold snap.
No. I wouldn't say cold.
No,
I'd
I
say
was doing
like
okay
nice.
actually right now.
Right now it's 60 right now,
Yeah, you're okay.
but it
That's
was
not
getting up
bad.
into the mid 70s. It actually cooled down. It was in the mid 80s for a while.
You need a
Warm.
jacket. when you step out there.
Well,
Yeah.
just a
light
hoodie,
jacket.
hoodie or something.
Light jacket. So, yeah, deleted.
I'm gonna be a
skipped out.
snowbird.
The
Deleted's like,
the
I'm out of
weather
here.
conversation
This-
It's about
just
75 here.
bored the hell out of him.
He's like went off the rails again.
Yeah. Now the chat's talking about the weather as well. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
I just
That's
rounded
right.
the conversation down to the
To the weather conversation.
to the basic minimum of yeah.
How you
Okay,
doing?
Anyway.
How's the weather? Oh, the weather lately.
Yeah, no. I try to elevate it by making it competitive with where I am and where you are, but yeah. So it's a little bit better, but anyway.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't
Roofman
like-
takes place in North Carolina, which Sin, you're where are you going? I'm sorry.
My business address is Georgia.
Okay, but close. So, yeah. How is the weather
It's very southerny.
during when this movie takes place? I'm going to connect it to this movie.
For Christmas.
Okay.
Yes, for
okay,
Christmas.
So in the South.
Yeah.
So what were you expecting? Were you thinking there should be more snow? Because that's not necessarily a thing.
No,
down
I
in
didn't
these
have a
hair
qualm
parts.
about that in the movie. No.
But he wasn't
Well,
like there was no like winter
It showed
coats or
him
anything.
like
Right.
it did show him outside her apartment at one point, and
Yeah.
he's breathing, and there's the the frosty air and everything.
The trees have fallen. We see that. They make that evident. It's gray skied, overcast, yada yada.
Yeah, during the winter and everything.
Yeah.
'Cause that's when he was arrested. Was dead of winter pretty much. But it seemed though
If that's
western
dead of winter,
areas
it's-
of southern states do get more
That was 2 weeks ago.
precipitation and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Charlotte would tend to get more than areas closer to the center and east of the state.
Does anyone know where they shot this? I didn't double check that.
Like, for
think
real shot it?
They shot it in North Carolina. Yeah.
Okay.
Did they
So it's
really?
very
Okay.
end.
Yeah, so I noticed in the end credits when they show the actual footage, documentarian footage of the church, it looked pretty much the same.
I'll agree with that.
They may have shot at the exact same church.
It looked
I
exactly
wondered.
the
Yes.
same.
I
Yes.
agree. I agree with that completely. Because I was like, that looks like from the movie. Right
Yep.
there.
And why not? Right?
Yeah. Well, show it there a little bit.
I mean, southern states are pretty hospitable to
Yeah.
filmmaking, so
Well, I was just kind of curious too, because how many times is Vancouver, New York, or like this or that,
Right.
kind of a thing. And
did you look it up specifically? Did someone look it up specifically to see where this was filmed?
no, but I am right
But
now.
it says
Hold
at
on.
the end, in the end credits. It
Oh,
says
in the end credits? Okay.
on location. Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay. They filmed in Gastonia, and
it's North Carolina, yeah.
my movie buddy that sits with me, she said because they were talking about one of the stores that got robbed was in Gastonia, and she was like, yes, because I guess she's from that area.
I don't know if this is true or not, but there's I was just searching a little thing, and it says an abandoned Toys R Us in Pineville, North Carolina, was refurbished for the film.
Ah,
It looked good. No, it looked accurate. It looked like the Toys R Us that I grew up around in my hometown. It was eerie. I almost thought, wait, did they film in Illinois in this north suburban town?
Yeah, it looks like a lot of Charlotte places. It says Crossroads Presbyterian Church in Charlotte. Was the church apparently. And a former McDonald's fast food setup in, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but Waxhaw? Waxhaw?
I think
Waxhaw?
that's correct.
Yeah,
That
and they
sounds
had to
correct.
recreate what McDonald's buildings actually
You
used to
looked
look
like
like, where
back
they were a
in the
little more
day.
inviting
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not cold and modern. Look, and I like some modern designs, but that doesn't fit when it comes to a restaurant or fast food restaurant that's appealing to children, and families.
And I thought they were trying to do that with the clothing too, like of the characters.
Yeah, the clothing was
Yeah,
horrible.
and- yeah,
Most of
exactly.
it.
But, yeah, but if you look at pictures
People
from-
wearing striped, button-ups that
Yeah.
look so
and
old
two baggy
and shit.
pants
Yeah.
with the V-neck sweater, and like things like that.
Not
Like-
great fashion sense.
No, we didn't. We had. We were transitioning out of the '90s. So, yeah.
Slowly.
So anyway, yeah, they were actually around there. So And they said also there was some shooting around Independence Boulevard, site of former Toys R Us and Circuit City. So there you go.
I think I've steered us off way too
No,
far
it's
away
still
from
part of the movie.
course. It
No,
is a
it's
part of
still-
the movie, but it's not really about the story, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, where do we go from here? Because
Bring it back to the
I came
story.
in about 15 minutes later, so I wonder what else you guys talked about.
Not
Like,
not
what
a
have you
ton.
not covered?
Yes,
What have you
love it.
not covered?
We didn't talk. We just talked about the basics of the story, and then I
Yep.
just kind of said how I felt about it, which I repeated to you
Mm-hmm.
in more concise words. I don't feel like there's a ton to say about it. This doesn't spark huge emotion in me. Like I didn't despise it enough to rant about it, but I wasn't in love enough with it to put it on my top 10. It was, it was okay. I
Did you
recommend it.
care?
I'm recommending
If
it too.
people wanna, yeah, I'd recommend it.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's going to be in my top 10 at the end of the year, but I was very surprised by how much I like this. They're trying to tell this very simple story.
Mhm.
The acting is very good across the board. I wasn't annoyed by anybody. I didn't think anybody was a weak link. The only frustrating thing about it is watching these characters make these bad choices in their lives, and that's really it,
Yeah.
even Lakeith Stanfield's character is kind of enabling him up to a point. It's like he goes back and forth between, this is stupid, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to be careful, and then at the same time it's almost like he's kind of enabling him at the same time. I don't know, but and is it just me, or is Lakeith Stanfield liking everything? He's getting. I mean, he
Who is
there
that?
was
Who is that?
His
Steve,
friend.
his buddy.
Oh, his friend.
His
okay,
buddy
okay.
from the service.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's in
Now-
Get Out?
Okay.
He can get out, yeah, and he's been in a couple movies.
Well,
already.
then his girlfriend or whatever. Is it Juno?
Juno Temple.
Where have I seen her?
What's the soccer show on Apple TV Plus?
I don't watch that.
Oh, that.
Oh, but you've never heard of it.
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
Oh, okay, I've heard of it, but that's not where I've seen her from. I've
Okay,
seen
but
her
she's in
face
that.
somewhere, and I couldn't tell you where.
She was in a very, very small bit part in Dark Knight Rises as
Yeah,
Anne
she's in that.
Hathaway's ambiguous lesbian partner.
Definitely wasn't.
I
her.
missed that.
Yeah.
Apparently I had to
need
pull that
look
one
her
back
up.
off the
It's
show.
gonna,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna bug me.
For like
now.
And-
10 seconds. I'm sorry, I'm chewing and speaking.
Don't mind me.
What were you getting ready to say earlier, Kyle? You were starting to say something.
Let him finish chewing.
Yeah, finish the swallow.
Well, for about 10 seconds, Juno Temple was purported to be the next Jennifer Lawrence, and that didn't happen. Anyway, what was I trying to say?
I don't
What
know.
that
You
were
started.
referencing?
What were you
started
trying
to
to
say.
say?
You started to say something. Oh, she was in Venom: The Last Dance. That's where I
Okay.
saw her.
I didn't see that.
You started to say something, and then deleted was saying some other. Like you guys kind of
We
cross
overlapped.
spoke a little bit, but I don't remember what you. It would sound like you were getting ready to ask a question.
Maybe.
I was just going to say, for as much as she was getting built up, I thought that was a very tiny part for her in the movie. It was forgettable.
because
It was.
You do kind of think that they're going to go somewhere more with her character than they do. She's basically just
It could have been played by anybody, and that's not being mean to her. I like her. It's just, it was not very developed. It was not much of a character.
She's probably the least written part. And I will say this. It did feel like maybe there was a scene or two left on the cutting room floor. Like maybe the movie was getting a little long, and it's like 2:05 as it is.
Yeah.
And,
There's our-
I did.
there's your
It
time
is
deleted.
funny about
did
that,
the idea
actually.
that-
I didn't feel the runtime. I didn't know how long the movie was, so
little bit more
props
than-
to this movie. It didn't feel over 2 hours. It felt about around 100 minutes.
Okay, so you like the pacing was good.
It was.
No, the pace
Yeah.
was fine.
I think
But
Derek Ciafrance is very talented. Every film he makes is notable, to varying degrees. But ever since Blue Valentine has its value, his best film is Place Beyond the Pines. I don't know.
That's a great one. I'll agree with you again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
he
other
is,
films has he done that I may not be?
I'm
He-
looking
No, that's
at
it.
his-
Oh, he did Light Between Oceans, which is with Michael Fassbender and
Lisa Vikander.
Oh yeah.
yeah, his real life
His
wife, if
real
they're still
wife.
together. And that was
Sound of
another
Metal.
example of it
No,
being
no, no.
interesting.
Yeah, he
Another
he
interesting movie.
co-wrote and co-produced Sound of Metal.
Sound
I
of
was
Metal.
a big
Yeah, I
fan
saw
of
that.
that.
Yeah.
I
Co-wrote,
like
yeah.
that one a lot.
Yeah. But he's only made 4 films that he's written and directed. So Blue Valentine, Place Beyond the Pines, The Light Between Oceans, which is like it's like a darker version of a romance drama. You know,
He
it's
did
more-
something else called Brother Tide in 1998.
Well, that's a while back.
That was his feature directorial debut.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going to interrupt really quick and just say we got a great group joining in, like watching along live. If you want to hit the like button, I think that's
Yes,
super
please do.
awesome, and it will help
Yes.
out the channels on Deleted Scenes or Sins channel, either or both, if you're feeling very generous. So I'm just going to say that real quick, and then I'll be quiet.
Everybody's.
Go for it. Go
Kyle's
for it.
deleted.
You got our links in the description.
This week only. It's
Cool.
free to do. It's free. to do.
Only
Yes,
this week.
and,
Yep, yep.
hit
Yeah.
that hype button and let me know what the hell all that's about.
Yeah,
So,
hit the like. Hit it.
Yeah,
I want to see that thing
Do
in double
Do you
digits.
have the
Let's
hype
go.
on yours? I haven't even paid attention.
I don't
to
know.
it
I haven't.
on mine.
I have.
Oh,
no
we're
idea.
in double digits now. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, we have
I
been.
love it.
Yeah. All right.
But the one thing, real quick, but
Okay.
I want to like him. I don't know how much I should like him because of what the movie showed, and then what the real life things later, and then what is true. You know, you kind of have to look between the two. So part of me is like, when they're showing like his little hideout there in Toys R Us, it's like, oh, that's cute and quirky, and oh, look at the personality. And like in real life, was it just like swaller and like
I don't know.
like horrible, like just nasty?
They
or,
didn't show pictures of that.
Like, so I wanted to like him, but like I said, as the movie went on and other things kind of came out, I got increasingly frustrated with him.
I think it's because of the timeline. I think it's
Yeah.
because of what this actual person did in real life, of living in the Toys R Us for, you say 6 months,
Yep,
and
6 months.
that's premeditated. Of, I have this entire plan. I'm going to just sit tight in this department store, and then I'm going to involve myself in this family that I know there's going to be a fallout eventually. And he probably told himself that, oh, it's not going to be that bad, blah blah blah. You know, I'll be nice, blah blah blah. And I think he tempers a lot of what he does, both the character in the film and the guy in real life, with these lies that he tells other people, but also himself, that it's not that bad because of the way that I'm going to handle it. I'm going to handle it better than how most criminals will behave. And that's the difference as to why the film has that hook of interest of, okay, so yeah, this alternate title of this movie could have been Warm and Calculated instead of Cold and Calculated, because that's how he was described, and that's an accurate description. But at the end of the day, he did it for so long. He was well aware of what he was doing, and it was intentional. And it all comes down to intention.
Yep. And I'll agree. And real quick, I thought it was heartwarming at first when he came in to Kirsten Dunst's family and bringing in the girls and stuff. But then as the movie went on, like that's where I said I got a little more jaded. Maybe that's my pessimistic side coming out, where I'm like, okay, he doesn't have his kids and his family.
Right.
And he's just like, this is getting me by. This is getting me that.
Yeah,
little
he
bit of
doubles down on what he's
joy.
doing.
And
He doesn't change. Like, there's not enough change going on.
right.
And this is not at fault of Derek Ciafrance. It's at fault for the actual figure,
Correct.
whatever his real name is, Jeffrey Manchester,
Jeffrey.
Yeah, Manchester.
making these decisions. And Ciafrance is he's just transplanting them or translating them to the screen, essentially. Maybe a couple nuance changes, possibly. I'll give him, possibly that has occurred. But overall, this is actually what happened. And it doesn't gather a lot of our sympathies because of how he decided to go about the situation.
I mean, they tried to present him in a sympathetic way, like he was desperate for human connection, was why he just went ahead and did this stuff. And then, but it was just like, you idiot. I don't need it is frustrating.
Well,
They do their best to milk Channing Tatum's charisma on screen.
Yeah.
That's why they cast him. And at one point, he's a little bit too old, but I thought an alternate actor that they could have cast in this movie who would have been more interesting than Channing Tatum, but maybe not the same charisma, but still I would have been interested to see it, is why did I just blank on the name? What
did he play in? I'll look him up.
Oh man, it was right there, and then I have to keep talking. Blah 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 blah. Matthew Lillard.
Oh,
I thought Matthew Lillard in this role would have been very interesting.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. Just let that sit for a little bit. Think about it in the
little bit.
scenes.
Yeah, no, I am kind of picturing him in some of the scenes. I could see that kind of sort of like goofy, socially awkward, sort of Shaggy guy.
Well, he's not going to act like Shaggy.
I know he wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, he definitely is too old. I don't know how old Channing Tatum is right now, but
Let's compare those ages.
I think he's older than what you think
in
he
his
is.
early 30s when this event happened.
Yeah. See, that's the unfortunate bit. Yeah, so Matthew Lillard
Is he in
is
his
55.
40s, early 50s? Oh, gosh. Okay.
Channing
He's
is probably around 40. Yeah. Oh, wow.
He's
He is
not-
Early
45.
40s.
45.
Channing,
Yeah.
okay.
He's looking good for 45.
Yeah, he does.
I'll give it to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with that hop-up scene in the Toys R Us getting up on
Right.
It's like, that was a little painful.
I was
to
like,
watch.
good for you, buddy.
Uncut
Actually-
shot of his ass.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I had two older ladies sitting like right to the, just next to me onto
Yeah.
the left.
Did they go,
And when they were doing that part, no, they were like, oh, that's going to hurt. Like he like kind of
did
like
they think he was
stops
gonna
at a
crush his
second.
balls when he gets his
That's
one leg
actually
over?
That's actually what I was
Because
thinking.
he
Like,
stops and like does like a little like
and
he
he looks like
stops on
he's
it.
not going to be able
Yeah.
to swing his leg up okay. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, when he was filming this, I hope he had some protection. I'm sure he did, but that looked like that could potentially be painful.
Yeah, those two older ladies next to me, they were giggling and oohing and on there for a second, but
Yeah, for the audience that doesn't know, he's trying to get over a wall that
He's trying
he's
to
been hiding behind in the
into-
department
yeah.
store. That's circular, where it's probably based
it's
around
got this
a pillar
ledge
of
that's
the
pretty
store.
high,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's naked and soaped up at the time.
Yeah,
Trying
because
to
he
go
got
back into
interrupted.
hiding.
I mean, that scene was comedic. The way it played out was very funny. A lot of people were laughing, me included. But yeah, there you go.
All right.
Well, deleted. Do we need to
Gotta
wrap
go.
up the
Yeah,
party?
timer went off.
Does
Yeah,
everyone recommend the movie though?
I'd say wait for streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Watch
don't
it, but
think
wait
it's-
for streaming.
It's definitely not worth a cinematic
Right.
viewing experience, but I would recommend watching. It's not the most offensive film I've ever seen.
No,
Just be prepared
no.
to be a little frustrated with the
Right.
character and his decisions.
Yeah, if you're interested in a movie that is just it has an interesting character in it, the thing that it would push me to recommend it immediately is that it just would have more. I would gain more sympathy for the main character and his decision making, that he would turn a corner at a certain point, but it actually just gets worse.
Right.
To the point where
Agreed.
he literally hits an innocent security guard over the face, and he starts bleeding on the floor, and it's just
Yep.
And
you kind of just turned the main
With a
character into a
gun.
bad guy.
Hit him with
They
a gun.
could have killed him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could have.
Yeah, hitting him across the temple or something like that
Yeah.
with a gun, and
Yeah.
but it's just like he didn't learn any lessons or didn't grow.
His friend told him, don't whatever you do, don't use a gun. What did he do? He goes
Yeah.
and gets a gun.
Well, and then later when they
Stupid.
were like doing the
Yeah.
little postscript things, didn't they say like he tried to escape 2 more times after?
Yeah,
that?
he did.
And-
Yeah, in the support
that's
group,
it's
he's like, "This
insane.
is my
Yeah.
home," and then it says he tried to escape in 2009 and 2017,
Which makes
okay.
you dislike the character
Yeah,
a
it's like
little bit
you-
more because
Exactly.
it fuels more of that this character is full of shit.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even believe what he's saying, and he's just continuing. Whether it be that he changes his mind later on, and he wants it to be true of, no, I'm where I belong now.
Yeah.
And then later on, he changes his mind 5 years from then, and then tries to escape. It's
which
well, then
generated
the
a laugh from the audience.
Sure,
because it's like,
I bet.
okay,
Yeah,
you know, because
it's like it's an absurdity. It's an absurd character, and if you get a kick out of that, sure, go ahead and see the film.
Well, I think
but
I heard
don't
a couple
expect
people...
a kind of heartwarming, inspiring
Right.
movie. No, it's not that.
But I think a couple people in the theater at mine was like, "What? Like he tried 2 more times?
Yeah.
times.
Come on."
Here's a litmus test of how I'll know whether you and how you'll know if you want to see this film. Talking to the audience, if you're a fan of Coen Brothers movies, you'll like this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's maybe why I dug it, because I could kind of see the kind of bumbling criminal Coen Brothers aspect to it. Because I take it I like this movie better than the rest of the panel.
I'm sense it, yeah, but
I don't hate it, but I would just say, like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't run out to the theater for it. It's going to be on streaming pretty quick, I would assume. And
Yeah.
that's not being
Yeah,
mean,
probably
but it'll
will
be on
be.
streaming soon.
But well, most movies will be on streaming soon.
Right,
That's
but some
kind of the problem.
Unfortunately.
faster than others. But, yeah.
And do I see this being some big $100 million hit? No.
No,
was there ever a time where it could have been?
no. Well, maybe like
I don't think so.
would-
I don't
You're gonna
know.
say the
I don't think
90s,
so.
aren't you?
I would. Yes, I actually
It would
was.
have been
Kyle.
it would have been
Yes.
a sleeper. It would have been like one of those little word of mouth sleeper hits at one point.
But I don't think it would have been a huge hit or anything. Like,
No,
It's
it
not-
could have
I
done
don't
Yeah, I'm
better
with
than
Corey
what it's
on that.
probably
I don't
gonna
think
do.
it ever
it's
would have been
huge
a $100 million
blockbustery material,
indie
but
film. No.
I could have seen it performing better than it would today, and part of that is because the audience has changed and the way they handle movies on the big screen has changed too. The options are different now than they were in the 90s, where most of the time if you wanted to see something new, you had to go to the theater. If you wanted to see it, you had to go there or you had to wait half a year or more.
And you had to walk uphill both ways to get
Exactly,
to the theater
in
and
the
back
snow.
home.
In
And
the
in the
snow.
snow.
And the
yeah,
ice.
Sorry, I didn't say that because I usually make that kind of argument too. But
And
but-
traversing around polar bears.
that's right. And we liked it.
Exactly. Or
We liked it.
coyotes, you know?
Yeah.
So
Bear traps. Booby traps.
No. Not bear traps. Loose leaf notebooks. All you got to do
No,
is just
trapper keepers.
Hunters firing off their rifles, and you got to dodge the bullets.
yeah.
I think we're creating a movie right there. Yeah.
I
We
think
should do it.
We
We
should
A
should
do
write
it.
script, a
screenplay.
plot line right
We
there.
should do it.
So many
Write this down.
adversities.
Sorry, deleted. We're gonna make you
Yes.
late.
Yep. We'll wrap
Not
her up.
quite. But I do want to say hello to some people who did join us in the chat that we did not say hello to. JPRPH1, channel member. Sergeant Giratina, who I believe Sin and I are going to be joining tomorrow for
Tron. Yes, I got to
Tron,
finish. I need to finish
which
that
I
movie.
need to sit down and watch those
Second
movies.
one. Yeah.
Enigma Severus is in the house. Our man from the future, Sashi. Megan the Texan is with us.
That comment was like an hour ago.
Yeah. USRG. The tired midnight blogger himself, Curtis Selby.
Curtis.
Enigma says, I mean, military-wise, he was just adjusting to the best of his ability. Stealth mode and trying to make a living. Yeah. Definitely that. It says, you guys, I'm at 182 pounds on the regular. Sorry, had this share. My lowest is 179. Yeah.
He's lost
Yeah,
quite a bit.
I need
He's
to lose
been-
some. I could lose a
working
few
hard.
myself.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Right on. Sashi says, I once watched a gun tuber jokingly said that the AA patch that the 82nd Airborne use stands for athletic alcoholics.
alcoholics. Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Lingo says it's all kettlebell. Just kidding.
Oh, hey,
I wanted to
Kyle.
kick in.
Hey, Kyle. Kyle's trying to. Maybe that picture should go away so that we can.
Oh,
we can
yes,
see
okay.
Kyle's poor little face trying to, like, come up. Can we be? There we go.
In
Now
begin.
it'll only hold. It'll only hide part of them when you pop up the comment.
Just peeking over.
I was doing a Jeffrey Manchester.
Yeah, there you go.
Movie's also based on a real life event, which is not too far in the past. I mean, article in the story is pretty hilarious street, especially the fact that he set up is also he sets up his own
the
all
baby
the
monitors
time.
and everything.
baby
Oh.
monitors. A good day. 5, 6. My back hurts from playing with the kids. Nick also says, some who I thought portrayed a quirky, attractive side to Ronan and see how they run, which I didn't see.
Oh, that's a good one. You should watch that deleted.
Attractive cop, but also a little stiff-sided and by the book.
Yep.
You see, I made the mistake of watching Wicked Little Letters first.
Oh, okay.
And see how they run just look like Wicked Little Letters too. So I didn't bother with it.
No. Wait, no. I think it's completely different in tone.
Okay.
Yeah, see how they run is like this quirky detective story, and Sam Rockwell is like the main detective, and she's his sort of like his sidekick. She's very earnest. She's trying very hard, wants to do everything by the book, but immediately thinks everyone is the guilty person and wants to arrest them. And she's funny. It has Agatha Christie in there, played by Moaning Myrtle, from Harry Potter. It's a good movie. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cute.
Never seen that one.
Yeah,
I was
recommend.
a 13-child. The lead sync. What's up, motherfuckers? Now, do any of you know what TV show that's?
Oh
from?
yeah, is that Dexter?
Dexter.
That sounds like something that Dokes would say.
I have not seen Dexter before.
Okay, first 5 seasons are great. I've heard Resurrection is good.
You can stop after
but
that.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with the final seasons.
So he doesn't get away. They stay faithful
Yep.
to the real story. I mean, is there going to be a Roofman too? Unless he
think so.
escapes again.
I know, that's what I was saying. I think I said something about that.
You might try one more time. You never know.
This gift you can give your kids is a moral compass. Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agree.
That's the thing that he cannot do.
Yeah.
Time will trump money
Trigger
and
word.
toys any time. Me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I hate that.
You
Okay,
said
go on.
trap! I'm gonna lose it. Sorry.
Same
I
thing
will-
happened in
I'll
my
put my
Warfare
disclaimer-
video, dude.
I will put my disclaimer that has no like recommendation or whatever. Okay, that's like a card game. I always played cards growing
we're
up.
teasing. We're totally
the
teasing.
trump card. I know he is, but other people don't tease about that.
I know. Well, whatever.
No, they
They're
just get
messed up.
honestly upset
Yeah, it's
and
ridiculous.
become snowflakes.
So it's
Anyway.
fun to troll them.
But that's what I was trying to say.
Hello,
I-
YouTube.
we get
No.
it. Totally get it.
Wait, did you just
Yes.
delete it? You okay? Right.
What did he do?
Deleted
he-
getting
I'll
ornery.
cut that out if I have to. All right. And hello to Jawa Trader. Does Dinklage play the bear?
No.
No.
He's the story.
I was actually
Plays
surprised
the
to
little
see
bear.
him. I was surprised to see. I didn't realize he was in the movie.
I
I didn't know
didn't either,
anything
yeah.
about it when I went into it. So
No.
And
Which
they
I-
don't
I
ever
still
make
would've
a thing
kinda-
about him being a midget or a short person, yada yada, whatever you
No,
would
there's
call
no,
them.
no comment about that.
No, it's fine. That's good. Yeah, cool.
yeah, it's just normal. He's just like jerk
He's
boss.
just another guy.
He was,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
he
like-
was just heard.
Yeah. I still want to see the new Toxic Adventure though. But
Yeah. I think
anyway,
that's-
next.
that's
I
fun
created
visuals,
crickets. Let's go
by
on to the
now,
next.
so. Okay. You know what surprised me? Juno Temple and Killer Joe did not match her as the actress in that movie immediately from her role in Ted Lasso. Yeah. Yeah. She's one of those ones that kind of just shows up in these kind of odd places. Yeah.
And she is
Killer
aging
Joe
a bit.
was,
So.
I think William Friedkin directed that with McConaughey. There's like a couple of different versions. There's like an NC-17 version of it. I
Wait,
heard
which
it's gnarly.
movie?
Yeah,
Killer
Killer Joe.
Oh yeah, Killer Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen
At
that
this
one.
point, came out
probably
10 years
also
ago or
where
more.
I've seen her
Something
because
like
I've
that,
seen
yeah.
that on Pluto. I bet that's another place I saw her.
Big Al presents.
Hey,
Hello,
Big Al.
I am going to be joining Al on Friday for Films with Friends. This week's movie is going to be Intruder from 1989, directed by Scott Spiegel. The some of the Michigan Mafia in there. Sam and Ted Raimi, Bruce Campbell. It's about a serial killer that gets loose inside of a grocery store late at night. So it's going to be a first watch.
Let the
Never even
shenanigans
heard
begin.
of that one.
Indeed. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Matthew McConaughey, I recommend The Lost Bus, you guys.
All
Oh,
right,
okay.
all right.
I'll have to see
I have not seen that one yet.
It's good. It's good. I wish I'd seen it on the big
It is
screen.
good, aside from America Ferrera and her annoying character.
You know, she sounded. I almost put this in my review because I did film it. She sounded very distractingly and annoyingly too much like Ocasio-Cortez in the beginning. It's like, oh my gosh, she sounds just like her. That's annoying.
Thankfully, I haven't saturated my ears with a lot of what that individual says.
Oh.
But I'm just pointing out.
She just has a very annoying voice too.
Oh, that's fair. And she
Yeah.
had, and America Ferrera had an annoying presence in Barbie, and it's almost as if her character was like intruding in the Lost Bus. You know, she
Fortunately,
literally
I
has a
never-
moment in which. Oh, fortunately for you, haven't
I
seen
never
it.
saw Barbie.
Well, good. You
Yeah.
would
I've
know
never
the
seen it
connection
either.
then. You all would know the connection. Deleted, you seen it?
What's the
Unfortunately.
connection?
You've seen
Yeah,
Barbie. Well, when you
didn't
see The
wanna
Lost
see it.
Bus, you'll understand. There's a moment where literally the world is burning, and McConaughey comes to the school with the bus to evacuate the 22 kids, or 23, and he's trying to get America Ferrera, the teacher, with her kids to come out as soon as possible, but she's going by protocol of
the
getting a
plan.
single filed line, etc. And then at one point, McConaughey says, "Ma'am, we gotta roll. We gotta roll. Okay, all right." And she says, "It's not ma'am, it's Mary."
Oh, it didn't pick up on that.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, sorry, I'm trying to save your life and all
Yeah.
these children.
And he's
Okay, well,
very
then
nice and
we'll
doesn't
just leave
tell
you
her
here.
to, you know.
You know, and I
Get
have
a
a
grip.
feeling that was probably an America Ferrera thing.
I'll take.
I really doubt that happened in real life.
I'll take save
Correct.
my life over politeness.
Yeah.
It's not even
Yeah.
politeness. It's just being.
Well, I know, but what you think
obnoxious.
is polite? Like, I don't care. Yell and shout
Dude,
at me
think
as long
about
as I
it.
live
It's
at
as
the end
if
of this thing.
someone called you sir, and you took the effort, the
Corey.
breath
Yeah.
to say no, it's not sir. Yeah, it's Corey.
That's
When has that
that's-
ever happened in the history of humanity when it comes to men? To correct somebody to not address them as sir.
In some
It's
movie, they'll
absurd.
just shut the door and be like, "Oh, sorry, I guess the bus is full." Well, there we
Yeah.
go.
Thumbs up. You're gonna love this movie,
She
everyone.
didn't want to get on the bus. She didn't even want to go with him initially. 'Cause
Yeah.
She had to go get her own kids. And he said,
Right.
look, I got to be driving this bus. You have to
Yeah.
get up here. You got to take care of the kids. So,
Overall, the movie
overall
is
good?
yeah,
Yes.
it
Overall
is.
good.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is,
and
definitely.
McConaughey is strong as he
Oof,
usually is.
yeah.
The direction by Paul Greengrass is
Greengrass.
great. Some of the scenes take a little bit too long with the fire department, I think. I wouldn't expect myself to say that because we appreciate the fire department, but in terms of spending that much time with them, it kind of takes us away.
I feel like it took away from the effective
you want to
pacing.
stay with the bus.
I actually
you
like
wanna-
that part, though.
I wanted to stay with the bus and create a kind of claustrophobia, which would help the audience get into the perspective and the position in which those characters are in. So
yeah.
yeah, and I think the film is like 2 hours, so I think it
It's-
would have
yeah, it's
been.
about 2
I think it would have
hours.
been even better if they had aimed for 100-minute movie, an action adventure drama. I think it would have been better in that way. Yeah.
I do want to say hello to a new name, Rex Rude.
How did I get here?
Yeah, I understand.
Oh, sir,
understand-
we're all asking that question. No, I was
Send
kidding.
people over. Yeah, I often wonder how I got here myself.
Every morning I
I
look in the
believe
mirror.
it was.
No, I'm
I
kidding.
understand there was a stork involved. It's very weird. I really don't want to get into.
There
it.
was a magical moment,
Yeah.
a rainbow.
Someone asked, "Isn't The Lost Bus scary?" It's suspenseful. It's an adventure suspense film.
You know what was interesting? I didn't realize it was a Blumhouse production.
Oh, really?
But when it started, it showed Blumhouse. You always associate horror, and then by the time it was done, I was thinking, well, I feel like it was apt that this was Blumhouse because this was true life horror that was going on. I remember when that fire.
But is that them
happened.
branching out a little bit?
Well,
maybe?
they
Or-
don't always and only do horror.
I know, but
that's
that's
what
what
you
I think of.
associate with
Yeah.
Blum. Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. But this was horrific. I mean, oh my gosh.
Oh, for sure.
Mercy.
But still
Isn't
different
it PG-13?
I think it might be.
Yeah.
I wish I had seen it on the big screen. Some of the scenes of like the fire, I can imagine how immersive that would have felt.
So the night we had the mystery movie, was it of Dead of Winter? The guy that was running the projector, I was talking to him a little bit before I went into the theater, and he was just absolutely sure that was going to be the Lost Bus for the, and I was like, all right, let's go. And then it came up and I'm like, nope, you're wrong.
No,
They should have.
And the reason
I hear that stream didn't go well.
Yeah, Dead of Winter was, but
It
it wasn't
The
going to be
stream went
Lost.
great. We just didn't enjoy the movie really well.
I don't think it would have been.
There's
Lost
a difference,
Bus because,
Kyle.
I see the distinction
set him
now.
straight, Corey. Lost Bus was in theaters very briefly, for like a week or so. Because
That was short.
And so, yeah, and that now it's on Apple TV. So I didn't manage to catch it.
It's so hard to get out to things. Okay, I know this is side tangent. I know. You got to get out of here. But let's like Smash Machine. I wanted to get out and see that, and I don't even know if it's going to be out for this Friday still for me at my theater.
Oh wow!
It's bombing so hard they're going to pull it.
Yeah,
I think.
I heard it wasn't doing well.
But that doesn't mean it's not a good movie. It's just people aren't going out to pay. Anyway, it's just
Happens all the
amazing
time.
how fast you got to be on some of these movies to see them in the theater. Anyway, I'm done.
All right.
Yeah.
I do want to say hello
Shame.
to John Doe Juggalo. Thank
Hey,
you.
Jeff.
Here, sir. Let's see. And Troy about Lost Bus. Well, you just forgot that. All right. And
That's in the director's cut.
I think we'll end it with that.
I love that note. to
All
end on.
right. All right. Well,
Very
we
good.
had over 70 people watching us at one point. So
That's
I wanna
awesome.
No
thank
shit.
That's
everybody.
awesome.
Fantastic.
I want to thank everybody who joined us. Both.
Everybody wanted to see Deleted tonight, so they want to come out
Yes,
and
so.
come out in crowds.
So, hit the like, say hello in the comments, and all that good stuff. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel or the channel of those here in the panel along with me, they all have great channels, and they're all criminally undersubbed, in my opinion. So
Thanks, man.
please subscribe.
Would you get involved, audience? Would you get involved with us? Our channels?
Could you? Oh my God.
Go sub.
Sounds like a
sub to
challenge.
everybody.
Let's do it.
Watch videos, like all of that stuff is
An
free.
enticement.
You might
Stay
even
below the
enjoy
comment.
it. You might even enjoy it.
You might.
It's a 50-50 chance that in the comments I'll see where's
And
the
you're out
movie?"
$0 to find out. Well, just go for it.
This enigma says, Corey keeps preventing me from stealing his stuff. All
Yeah,
right.
Careful, man. You may not want to showcase all that stuff. You might get a Jeffrey Manchester that tries to break in.
I know. I'm gonna have a hole cut in my roof. Over
Oh,
there.
so that's what's going on up there. Hey, y'all keep it down,
I know.
Okay, we'll go one time around the horn. Sin, what do you have coming up?
I've got a live stream tomorrow with Sound Booth Theater, and then on Sergeant's channel, Sergeant Giratina, we'll be talking about the two Tron movies. And I've got some recent reviews that I put up. One was for The Lost Bus, then another was for Killing Faith, and then another for Good Boy. That's all I've got right now.
Right on. Kyle.
I have a video on warfare that I just released, talking with an actual veteran from Iraq. I know the movie came out earlier this year, but this discussion is very notable. I aim for quality, not quantity. That's why you'll see a lot of videos that are like, oh, you post like once a month? Or is that? That's the reason, because you have moments where you get to sit down with an actual war veteran and talk about the movie and learn things that you wouldn't have otherwise. Go check that out, please. Yeah.
Right on. Corey.
Well, I know everybody wants a little more of sin in their life. So Thursday night, if you come over to my channel.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry, Corey.
No.
Forgot to
That's
mention
cool.
that.
I'm forgettable. It's all right.
No, you're not.
So yeah, if you want to see sin, because I'm not a selling point of my channel.
Get out.
I'm kidding. Got a good group of friends. We're going to be hanging out Thursday night, talking about some fun horror movies, whether it's greatest of all time, ones that we think need a little more love, or just ones that we'd love to watch around around this time of the season. We got Sin, we got Ashley, Zombie Girl, we got Anthony Horror, we got Jeff, John Doe, Juggalo, and myself. We're going to be hanging out, talking about some of those movies. It's going to be a fun time, running around the horn, talking about those. And then a lot of other stuff in the works. We'll have to see. Planning on next week, going out and see Trick or Treat in the theater. Never actually saw that in the theater, and my theater will have that on the big screen.
Nice.
So going to be watching that one. And then I know it's a ways off, but the 18th, there's a storm of brewing over at Horror with Nads, Nadia's channel. She's going to be running a big old marathon, and there's going to be a bunch of us kind of popping in and out during the day on her thing. So I plan to try to jump in there when I can. So I think that'll be a fun one. So yeah, have to check that out, and a lot of fun stuff coming. And I'm done. You can take me off the screen. Yeah.
Yeah, brings things on over to me. Of course, right after this broadcast has concluded, you will be auto-dramatically redirected over, actually to my next program, which is live from Sparkwood 21, co-hosted by Troy Pacelli, Netters Network, and Aged Boomer. And we are going to be watching David Lynch's Hotel Room, which is a film re-edited from a HBO series that he was involved with. I'm looking forward to it. Don't know anything about it. Going in blind. Wednesday, tomorrow, of course, along with Sin, we're going to be over on Sergeant Giratina's channel talking about the first 2 Tron films. Thursday, I will be joining Outlaw Bill for Action Theater, and we are going to be watching from 1999 The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Classic.
And indeed. And let's see. Like I said, Friday, I'm going to be joining Big Al Presents for Intruder, directed by Scott Spiegel. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Sunday night will be the next episode of my program, Unscripted. It's going to be all about AI and why Tilly Norwood is my destiny.
Or density.
And also later on that night will be the return of my program, Reserved Seats. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be right after Geeky Geezers. All right. So that's our show for tonight. Thank you to everyone who was watching. Any last words?
Thanks for having me. My late inclusion on the.
Well, glad you could
live
join
stream,
us,
dude.
Kyle.
I'll join in with Kyle saying thanks for having me on again. It's always fun to hang out with y'all. So
Exactly. Same.
All right. And as I say at the end of every broadcast from HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night, take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy. Crime does not pay. Don't hide in the toy stores. That's not going to help.
Don't hide in the toy store.
But you can eat free
anymore.
peanut M&Ms for a long time to get cavities.
You'll get cavities.
Yep.
And this is how we win. We're going to do a hard out. Take care.
Bye.
That's all, folks.